Well, hi there. Carol Dockum here with beautifulfacesgoingplaces.com. And I am super excited because we have our success team member. She is, if you haven't seen her live, she is phenomenal. Brenda Aveyard. She is a speaker, trainer, coach on our success team. And she really focuses on sales, action, and accountability. And she is here to share with us some sales strategies. Especially since we're gearing up for our second annual Women's Success Summit here in the greater Cincinnati area on Friday, November 8th. So as you can imagine, we're all on pins and needles, finalizing all those last minute details and getting super pumped about that special day. So please help me welcome Brenda Aveyard.
Yay, everybody applaud right there in your room. If you're driving, start clapping.
Yeah.
People will think something wonderful is about to happen.
Yeah. And something is wonderful is ready. Can't even talk today. I'm so darn excited. I can't even talk today. Something is about wonderful to be happening. Somebody help me with that, Brenda.
Carol, let me help you here. Okay. Do you remember it was probably 3.5 years ago, you and I had coffee together and you laid out your blueprint and your plan for Beautiful Faces Going Places?
I do. I remember that vividly, seriously.
It was really rough.
Yes.
But it was that dream living inside your head.
Yes.
It took a couple years to develop it and put it into fruition because you, like a lot of other entrepreneurs, don't move as fast as you could move. And, you and I pre-call, we're talking about the fear mongers,
Yes.
the fear bandits that surround us and what they do to us. But it was 1 year ago that you really started your business and took it live.
That's right. Exactly. I do. I vividly remember our coffee meeting and how I shared this vision that I had. And finally, about a year ago, I said, you know what? It's time to stop talking about it and take action and put it into place.
And I said, amen, sister.
You did. And that's why it's so critical that you surround yourself with other visionaries, with others that really can help empower you and lift you up and support you on your journey so that you can achieve whatever vision it is that you have or dream that you have or goal that you have, which is why I'm thrilled to have you on this journey with me, Brenda. I'm considering myself the lucky one, seriously.
We have had a lot of fun with this. And last year's event was actually wonderful. Wonderful.
Thank you.
You had really good speakers.
Yes.
And what I really loved was the feeling and the concept of the entire day, because the speakers spoke. At first I thought, oh my gosh, we have way too many people speaking. But after we started into it and we got through the day, it is like it has to run like a well-oiled machine.
It does.
Give you a little behind the scenes information for those of you that are watching. One of the things happens is, as a speaker, I have to have my PowerPoint presentation in by Halloween. So it may have masks on it. I haven't decided yet, but it's all in a loop. So if you're planning a lot of speakers on a speaking, she's looping with her tech person, looping all the PowerPoint presentations together so that it is a crisp and smooth flow.
Right.
How when you speak many times, because I speak at a lot of events, and many times I get there and I want to go right into my presentation, but there's a technical error or the clicker isn't working, or they can't pull up the PowerPoint. And as a presenter, it's almost a tragedy, because when you hit the stage or the front of the room or wherever that is, you have 15 seconds to get people's attention and really get the show on the road.
Right.
And when that 15 seconds includes technical difficulties, it just doesn't work.
Right.
And I'm just going to talk about things at random as they come into my head today. Is that okay?
I love it. Absolutely.
Because we're going to talk more about planning an all-day event, because this
Yeah.
will be a good training for you that are watching as Carol and I discuss what happens when you do an all-day event. But what I wanted to say is I have learned that I don't put audios into my PowerPoint. I don't insert videos into my PowerPoint unless I'm talking on a big stage. Now, I would do that if I were talking on a big stage where in the back of the room they have their people, their audio visual and their technology team in the back of the room, which big time speakers do. Because they don't have those mistakes. But when you're talking at a local meeting and you put that in your presentation and it doesn't work, boom.
Right.
And I've been to meetings where speakers come in and they go to start their presentation and they have a video that's their impact from the very beginning. And the coordinator of the event does not have speakers, so you see a video with no speakers. It can throw even a great speaker off.
Absolutely.
Do that. So unless you're in a place where there's great audio visual people, I recommend not including audio and not including video inside your PowerPoint presentation. If you want to have music or something, cue it up on your phone and play it through your own speakers when the time is appropriate, because it's high risk.
Yes, it is. And you're absolutely right. It is critical to have that seamless transition, especially because at our conference, our full day conference, we have so many speakers lined up, and it's critical that there's a smooth transition between speakers. Otherwise, if you have technical difficulty or they're fumbling with their jump drive and they can't get the sound to work or whatever the issue is, it really does throw that speaker off, and then they're kind of fumbling and
trying to get their mojo back. And it isn't fair to anybody. It isn't fair to the speaker. It isn't fair to the audience. So you found a solution for that. And I applaud you for that.
Thank you.
This is going to run really, really
smoothly. Exactly.
Yeah. And if the clicker's working for one person in the morning, it's going to work for the entire day.
Yes.
So yay. Now, you're always talking about your all-day event, and let me talk about the speakers for just 1 second.
I would love that. Yes.
It would just give a different point to them.
Okay.
Maybe a different something. I say something different than what you would say because I just happen to know them all.
Awesome.
I love them all. Okay. Aww. So if you have your flyer, or if not, you go to Beautiful Faces Going Places and you can see the flyer and see who the speakers are. And there are 10 of us, 10 in less than a full day. So, the event starts at 10 and it ends at 5. And are we going over to the Hilton Garden Inn afterwards again?
We are, yes.
Yeah, the Hilton Garden Inn. I always stay there every year with my mom when she has her birthday. We went there 2 weeks ago for her 91st. And they have a really nice area and you can get cocktails. And I think they had some hors d'oeuvres that we could order also. And it was just really nice to sit back from like 5 to 7 and talk to other women that you've met that day and talk to the speakers that you've actually heard, because most of them go over for that. So we invite you to be there with us and have a glass of wine and have some fun time. But the speakers are me, of course, and you'll get to know me today on the call. And then Ruth Medlin. Ruth Medlin has Medlin Consulting, and she does, her history is a lot of corporate work. And she owns an online networking group called Influencer Community, which she owns with Jim Gray. And she also has a love for cooking. And she does a mastermind group called Flourish and Nourish. And if you've never had an opportunity to participate in one of those, I highly recommend that you do. I would be there every month if it wasn't that it was an hour and 20 minutes there and an hour and 20 minutes back for me. Um,
And it's
but
fabulous. Yeah.
yeah, but Flourish and Nourish, you
Yeah.
pay a fee, you get a meal, you get
Hmm.
mastermind. She always has a specific topic for you to discuss. It's just a wonderful evening. And I think you'll enjoy getting to know Ruth if you don't know her. And Kay Fidus, she's the founder of High Heel Success, and she does a lot of corporate training. She does some private clients, but she's really about not the women's movement, but how you need to think and act in order to be a successful woman in corporate and how to be a successful woman in the business community. And she's a little thing and she's just powerful.
Yes, she
Just
is.
a ball of fire. And Carol Walkner, we're all so diverse and different. I love Carol Walkner. She has the Power and Light Company, and Carol is very interesting and intriguing to me because she's a little, I don't know what the word is, maybe metaphysical. She does healing and she does Reiki and she is very artistic. She is a really wonderful woman to know for times when you need something like that. BB Cannett owns, she's the CEO and president of Absolute Web Marketing, and she works with you on your SEO and all of the things that I don't know anything about. So if you don't know anything about that, you can hear BB talk. And I'm anxious to learn something from her on the 8th also. And then Deborah Daniels, she lives in Atlanta, doesn't she?
She does. Yep. She's flying in from Atlanta.
Yeah, she's flying in from Atlanta, and I know her through eWomen Network, and she is a CPA, and she will be talking to us about finances.
Hmm.
And she's powerhouse. I mean, she's a lot of fun, just a lot of fun. And Kristen Tapman is a transformational life coach, and she helps you get in touch with your inner self. And she helps you to learn to control your fears, and she helps you learn to put your life in order so that you can live the life that you want to live. And I would say Kristen Tapman is one of the sweetest women I know. She's just a really sweet gal. I've only met Celeste. Is it Geogart?
I believe it's Giordano.
Giordano
I hope you're right, Celeste.
but she's a delight.
Yes.
She is a sales strategist and mentor, and she lives in Atlanta part-time, and she lives in Cincinnati part-time. And she's a very nice woman, and she'll be talking to you about sales strategies also. And then Deborah Englert. Oh my gosh, healthy hair and healthy body. No, we've known Deborah for what, 3 years, 4
Yeah.
years, 4 years
Fabulous.
probably.
Yes.
Fabulous woman. She has stepped out in her business and she does so many interesting things that you wouldn't know. Like she helps people with hair loss, with pieces that you can put in there. She helps people with everything to do with their hair from the inside out, and makeup that is healthy, and your image. And Deborah is definitely a person that you are going to want to know to learn tips and tricks about yourself and how you appear to the world. And then Elena Rahig, I don't know what to say about her. She's just one ball of fire. And she has a networking group, also Transform Masterminds, and she is a book publisher, and that's how I got to know her, through a book that I participated in that she actually published. And I just want to tell you, she is a real treat, and she's diverse in all areas of business. And she has such a background in reading and knowledge that her father instilled in her from a child. I think he used to pay her to read books, didn't he?
He did as a child. Yes. So she's an entrepreneur from a very young age. Yes. She started her entrepreneur, her journey. So, yeah.
Yeah, and then we have Shannon Danitesh, who's going to be the MC for the day, and she's a delightful young woman. She has 5-star social media. I'm sure she's going to be a treat to get to know. And then Leon McDonald with Janelle Photography. It's called Janelle Lee Photography. I've seen his work. Trina Wilson, who is a person that I work with, he did her headshots, and I've seen them. They're beautiful. And I've also seen a magazine that he publishes with pictures of his clients, and they look truly magazine worthy. So he's going to be there. And if you don't have a headshot that's within the last 12 to 18 months, pay the $50 and get one, because I believe as a business coach that everybody should have their picture on their business card. And I'm going to tell you exactly why. This is tips and tricks day. But I'm going to tell you exactly why, because I was doing an interview with a prospective client yesterday, and we were talking about business cards. And I said, get a picture done and put it on your card, because we were having a conversation that I have with people every week. And that is about the stacks of business cards that they have on their desk and in a box. And they're eventually going to pick up the phone and call them. And we're going to talk about that in a little bit. But I said, how do they remember who you are if your picture isn't on the card? Because as you go through oh gosh, I remember her, or I remember him. Oh my gosh, they were so exciting. They had a great presence, and I would like to really talk to this person. And you may make that call faster than you would. But the downfall is, if you're 50 and you have a picture of yourself when you were in your 20s on your business card, I'm sorry to tell you, nobody's going to know who you are.
Right.
And it's kind of deceiving. I don't really appreciate seeing that, because, we are who we are today. We are who we are today. And the way we look is special and unique to us. And Carol calls this beautiful faces going places, and every woman's face is beautiful in her own right, because it represents her life and her story and her smile and how she reaches out to people. So if you don't have a current headshot, I highly recommend you pay the $50 in advance. Leon will do a great job for you, and you will have it to update what you have or to add what you do not have. And trust me, if you are on LinkedIn and you're using a selfie, it's not the best choice.
Right.
Even for your business Facebook page, you need a professional picture. And there's just nothing else I can say about that. So I update my picture about every year, because when you get to be my age, we change every year.
I
used to look like this. Now I look like
You're absolutely beautiful, Brenda. You light up a room. Every time you enter a room, you light up a room. You light up a camera.
I love you. I like to tell people I belong to beautiful faces going places, because they assume that I have a beautiful face.
You do.
And I would think all you women out there would want to have that written in your biography that's being read, that you're a part of beautiful faces going places. And so that's just what I wanted to say about Leon and how important having a current headshot is. If you do banners, you have a banner when you do a vendor event, and the picture on the banner was taken 13 years ago, and you're still using the same banner, spend the $300, get a new banner, and update the picture. You probably need to update your message, because your business has gone to a different level, another level, a better level, but it's gone to a different level, and you probably have a new message you need to put out. And that's all I'm going to say about headshots.
I love that. It's really just staying current, right? Staying current, and image and branding is so critical to every business, actually. And we forgot, we wanted to add Yasna Dow just said yes, so she is going to be sitting on the image and branding panel as well. She is phenomenal with YouTube videos and just messaging and your online presence. So I'm excited that she just said yes yesterday to be part of it.
On your branding and imaging.
So the image and
branding, be a panel at one point, and the panelists aren't listed on the paper. So who are they, Carol?
We have Deborah Englert with Healthy Hair, Healthy Body.
Yes.
We have Leon with Janelle Lee Photography. And then we have Yasna Dow with online presence, image and branding and messaging. And then I'm waiting to confirm with Trina Wilson. I'm hoping as a stylist that she is available and will be joining us, because it is critical to it, what we wear and how we show up in the world. Because visually, whether we like it or not, we are, judged. So your clothes, the way you present yourself, all of it communicates. Whether you're at the grocery store or you're attending a networking meeting or you're sitting in a boardroom.
And she's a master at image. And just looking at her, you will see that. She's a powerhouse. And I've been very fortunate to work with Trina. And I highly recommend that if she's speaking on that panel, you pay attention to what she says, because it'll be the little things and checklists of things you need to look at before you go out of the house. Yeah. It makes a difference, because you are your presence. And if you don't I have wanted to hire help. And, I hate to say this, but there have been people that may be very qualified to do their skills, but if they don't have the proper image, I don't consider them. I don't consider them to partner with or to do things. And that's not because I'm a snob. It's because I have a presence and I have an image. And we are judged by how we associate. So just like in corporate America, they always say you should dress for the job you want, not the job you have. Right. If you're an entrepreneur, not only are you the worker bee and the implementer of your ideas, but you're the CEO of that company. Yes. So you need to, I'll say, polish yourself every time you go out, not just for an appointment with somebody in a company, because everyone is making a decision about your presence and how you appear in the world. And it doesn't cost any money. Basically, it's, washing your hair and putting on some makeup. And if you have one dress, have one black dress and a few scarves and a few pieces of power jewelry. That costume jewelry is in, and it's not expensive when it's on sale. And if you don't have a statement piece of jewelry, you ought to find me and say, hey, do you have something for me? Because trust me, I have too many. But
I bet you have something.
I do. Yes. But I really think that that's important. And this panel is going to be very important to everybody who's attending, because if you're attending this, you care about your business. Yes. You care about your image and your presence. You care about learning from people who know things that you don't know. So it's all a part of the people who make a decision to be here on the 8th. And everything starts with that decision, because you get an idea or you're exposed to something. And guess what? The moment between the minute you hear about it, the few moments between being on this Be Live video with Carol and I, and the time you say, oh, I want to think about this for a day or two before I decide to go, is when opportunities are missed. Right. People who can make decisions are the people who win. People who can't make decisions lose opportunities all around because you weren't looking for it. Right. So today you see this, you think, oh, wow, a chance to meet 10 powerful women who are speaking, and Leon, and then to have the opportunity to hear a panel all on things that we need to know as entrepreneurs. What is it to think about that? What is there to think about? $50, unless you have a headshot that's less than 12 to 18 months. And then it's $100 because you need one. Yes. But, don't think about it. Make the decision. If you can't make a decision for $50, you're not in business, because you need to be able to move forward. So that's all I'm going to say about that. If you're watching this, you need to register for this if you live anywhere near the Cincinnati area. And if you don't, well, we're going to be having our cocktail reception at the Hilton Garden Inn, which is right in front of Indiana Wesley. And there's a Hampton Inn, and there's a some suites. They're all right there. You can walk. So,
Absolutely.
if you're a couple 100 miles away, get a friend, register, and drive up here.
That's
It's
right.
well worth your day.
Spend the night. Exactly. It will be
Yeah,
worth your day.
it
I'm
will.
telling you, 2020 is just right around the corner. And I mean, if you can just walk away with a few little golden nuggets from that day of spending with these powerhouse women that can help up level your business, I'd say it's a no-brainer. Really, it is.
One nugget is worth $50.
It
One.
really is.
Okay. But you're not going to get it if you don't make the decision and take the day off work if you work, or reschedule a couple of clients,
Right.
or
Carve out the
reschedule
time.
a training that you're taking online, because you can always do it again. And get up, get cute, and get out. That's what I always say. Get up, get cute, get out, and come down to Indiana Wesleyan University, which is right there at the exit at Union Center. And it will be well worth your day. But let's talk about planning an all-day event and what else involved in that, Carol.
Yeah.
I train on this. But so I want to share a few pointers today, because I'm not going to talk about this at the event. But planning an all-day event it's a lot of work, isn't it, Carol?
Oh, it is. Yeah. I mean, for me, I absolutely love doing it because it is my passion, and it is part of Beautiful Faces Going Places. But yes, it is a lot of work. And I remember last year when I said, I've got to stop talking about this concept of creating this professional women's association and just do it. I said, okay, what is the best way to really kind of launch my company? And I said, an all-day women's conference to help all of these women up-level themselves in business. And I said, okay, date, time, place. Okay, check. Date, time, place. Next step, speakers. Who is dynamic, who is diverse, who has that level of expertise that all women need to hear, whether they're a professional working for someone else, or whether they own their own company, or are a service provider, brick and mortar. And okay, these are the women. Let's get them scheduled. So then check that off the list, right? And then the next step is marketing, right? You've got to put together the marketing material. How do you get this fantastic event out in front of the right audience, the right people who need to be there? And then really creating the day, the agenda of an experience. I mean, that is my overall arching goal, is to create a wow experience for all the attendees. I want them to walk away saying, I cannot wait for next year. I'm so glad I met Brenda Aveyard. She is the answer to my prayers. I really need her
I like
help.
to think that.
Yeah, I really need her help in boosting my sales. So that's where I'm at now. All of the checklist has been done. Now I'm at the point of, okay, now let's get the right audience in the room. So it's like metal to the pedal. So I actually took my mentor's advice, Brenda Aveyard. She is a professional sales coach, and started picking up the phone. Yesterday, I made my list. Okay, who would I love to see in attendance? Who needs to be there? Who would gain value of spending the day with us? And started making those calls. And initially, I got to tell you, I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can do this. What if they say no? And then I said, I've got to get over that fear factor, get over myself, because I am offering a gift, and I truly want to see their beautiful faces in attendance. So I kept saying, you know what, I have something of value to offer. It's a gift. And then the fear kind of went away. I started making those calls yesterday, Brenda, and I actually started having fun.
So, yeah, it's amazing.
It is amazing. Yes. I got 3 yeses. I scheduled 3 one-on-one coffees. So to really talk about collaborations, opportunities in 2020. And a couple that had already, scheduled engagements, so were not available. But I've got to say, the call, what I valued from the calls that I made yesterday was more about the conversations that took place. So it wasn't necessarily the sale or asking for the sale. It was the conversation that took place around that. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I was like, wow, this is actually fun. I'm really enjoying this.
And that one step can absolutely change everyone's business that is on this call. Because if you aren't making phone calls, your business isn't growing at the rate it could be. And I promise you, it's the first 3 calls. It's the first 3 calls that are scary. By the time you get through the 3rd call, you have what you're going to say down pat. You have confidence with it. It comes out good. You have a system for sending a follow-up email, which are all things I teach my clients at the same time. So they had a call, they had an email, and the whole succession of how to build a follow-up program, because follow-up starts before the sale ever happens. But
Right.
it is where the rubber hits the road. I mean, it is the only way. If you have events, workshops, I don't care what you have, the only way you're really going to put butts in seats, which is what you're doing when you're preparing an event, is by reaching out and letting people know that you really want them to be there. I have a friend and cohort who, when I had my all-day event last year, she said, I would have never come to your event. She said, because she's a coach too, and she really thought she didn't need anything that I said. But I'm a firm believer that I don't care. Repetition is learning. And if you listen, you will walk out with 10 nuggets. I promise you, if you listen. And when you hear it, write it down.
Yes.
Bring a notebook. But she said, I probably would have never come to your event, which I totally enjoyed. She said, but I'd already made my mind up. I wasn't going to go because, we do similar things. And she said, but I came home and there was a message on my recorder saying, I'm having an all-day event and I haven't seen you registered. And I just wanted to let you know that I would really love to have you there. I just would feel good about having you in the audience. It's always great to have a friend in the audience. And she said, I picked up the phone and I registered for the event right then. So, even if you just leave a message and you don't get to talk to them, it could change somebody's mind, because if they can make a decision and realize, and they go immediately, you guys need to go immediately when this call is over, right into Beautiful Faces Going Places, and they can register right there, right?
Yes, online. Yep, or
online.
Yes.
Yeah, and if money is a pinch, spend $50. If you don't have a headshot, spend $100. But where can you get a glimpse of this many speakers for $50? It just isn't happening. That's only $5 a speaker. And if you can't spend $5 to listen to us talk, then, you're not attempting to grow your business. I know there are people that are out of town and you are forgiven, but, the rest of you need to make a decision and get there with us.
Yes. Yeah.
But, it is a lot of work. A lot of work. And
it is a lot of work. Yes, a lot of work. Yeah, a lot of fun.
And I tell Carol, that's what you need to be doing this next week. A lot of people can't make a decision, and they've been should I or shouldn't I forever. And this last 2 weeks is calling them and helping them make a decision, because Carol knows that they're going to get value that day.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing it.
That's right.
I'm going to get value as well. Seriously. I mean, I learn. If you don't know me personally, I love to learn. It's so important to continuously be educating yourself, learning, growing, figuring out what's new out there in the marketplace. You don't know what new tools or technology or ways of doing business and conducting yourself. So the entire day is geared towards success. And I can only imagine that each and every one of you want nothing more than to be successful in 2020. So come and join us, spend the day with us.
Yeah, it would be great. We would love to have you, both of us. And if I don't know you, I'd love to be able to look you eye to eye, face to face, and meet you and find out about you, because each one of you have such a very special gift, and you need to get out and be seen, because you can't run a business by staying in your house. So get out and be seen. Come to this. Get up, get cute, get out, have fun, eat,
Aw,
get swag bags.
that's right.
Write down 10 nuggets. Your goal should be one nugget from each speaker, and then stay and talk to us for a couple hours. It's Friday night.
Oh.
Let your husband watch a football game. Now just come out and be with the girls and be with like-minded women who are building their businesses, and the women that are speaking to you are. Trust me, it rubs off.
It does rub.
You are a reflection of the top 5 people that you are with, spend the most time with. So I can't think of a better decision than to spend time with all of us.
I am so looking forward to Friday, November the 8th. Thank you so much, Brenda. If someone is interested in learning more about your programs, your coaching programs, your academy, where is the best place for them to find you?
Okay, go to my website. Okay. It's just BrendaAveyard.com. And Aveyard is spelled like graveyard without a gur. So it's BrendaAveyard.com. On my website, you can click the 8 devastating mistakes entrepreneurs make, and I will send you that white paper. It can save you a lot of time and money. The number 2 thing you can do is you can go and you can sign up to have a conversation with me by clicking a button and going into my calendar and scheduling a time. Love to have a one-on-one conversation with you. We do it on Zoom. It's the next best thing, being right next to each other. So I invite you to have a build your revenue call, or to have a number 1 business challenge call, or to have how to get 5 new clients in the next 30 days. Let me help you with something.
I love that. Now, those are 3 powerful things and a great way to start 2020. So
it is.
Yes. Schedule that call with Brenda. Brenda, you are such a delight. Thank you so much for sharing your time with us today. And we can't wait to learn and grow with you at the 2nd Annual Women's Success Summit here in Greater Cincinnati. Thank you so much.
And congratulations to you, Carol, for making it through your first year, having your 2nd Success Summit, and being able to feel that success inside your heart and your head, because you deserve that.
Thank you. All right. Love you lots. Take care. Have a wonderful day.
Bye, everyone.